Hello guys, welcome to another reading. Today we're going to take a look at how does your higher self see you. I meant to do this reading today for all of you guys, and better said for all of us who sometimes forget how our soul sees us, how our higher self sees us, and what are our true potentials, possibilities, and what is the truth behind the situation which we cannot see because we are in our emotions, in our certain thoughts that are not actually contributing to our highest potential in that situation. So this is why I decided to do this reading today, to remind each and every one of you how your higher self sees you, your situation, the people around you, and what you maybe need to know about it so that you can feel better and that you get the proper guidance how to act in the future about the situation. We have 3 different piles today to choose from, and we have pile 1, this beautiful citrine. We have pile 2, clear quartz, and pile 3, amethyst. If you need to pause the video to maybe meditate on the cards or simply to feel which pile is the right pile for you, you can do that now. If not, I'll see you in your pile. Hi, pile 1. Welcome to your reading. You chose this beautiful citrine crystal, so this will be your message from your higher self. Let's see what your card is. Rajas. It's very funny because I did the same reading today on my creation channel, and this card was also one of the cards that was represented in one of the piles. So I definitely feel if some of you who are subscribers from my creation channel, if you came to this reading, you already know where this is going to lead. But anyway, for those of you who don't, I'm going to tell you everything that I feel like I need to say here from the perspective of your higher self in regards of this Rajas energy. So Rajas is one of 3 gunas. So in yoga philosophy, we have 3 different gunas, which are the energies that rule our physical world. They are sattva, rajas, and tamas. And rajas is the energy that is connected with movement, with setting goals, achievements, ambition. And I feel that you are the type of a person who definitely has high expectations from yourself. You set very big goals. You go to long distances. You really give yourself into things and you really put your effort into everything you do. And you are somebody who's very ambitious. You want to go a long way in your life and you really strive for success, which is amazing. However, the energy of Rajas here is coming out because your higher self sees you as somebody who is doing way too much. You are overburdened. You are very stressed out. You are very much in the energy of I have to do more or else I will lose money, time, people, clients. So you're in a lack mentality, and because of that, because you feel like you need to do more, you need to do faster, better, stronger, you're depriving yourself of your essence, of your energy, which allows you to do all these things that you are doing. So your higher self's message today for you, pile 1, would be take a rest, slow down a bit, okay? Because you are a human being. You're not a machine. You're not a robot here. And in order for you to keep achieving things, to having results, quality results, tangible results, you will need to replenish your energy. You need to rejuvenate so that you can keep on doing whatever it is that you are doing here. So definitely your higher self is telling you to slow down, to rest, to maybe take a nap, or maybe go for a walk, meditate, maybe do some yoga, Pilates, or some other exercise that will calm you down, that will not give you a lot of energy rush, because you have that already here in excess. And to really learn how to nurture yourself, because if you don't, you will burn out, and then you will not be able to do anything. So taking a few hours of sleep to rest is a great way to deal with this excess energy. It's much better than you having something happen to you in terms of illness or maybe an injury that will basically put you out of your work, and you will be unable to do anything for maybe a longer period. So bear that in mind, pile 2. I don't want to sound like I'm warning you about this, but that is what usually happens with the Rajas energy. At some point you will break, and then you will take so much time until you heal to be able to work again that it's just not worth it. Okay? Let's see what else. How does your higher self see you, pile 1? Be authentic. Be real and true to who you are and how you feel. Yeah. What else? How does your higher self see you? I am balanced, you see. How does your higher self see you, pile 1? We have infinite abundance. Beautiful. Abundance is pouring into your life. And one more. How does your higher self see you, pile 1? Awakening. Oh my Lord, wake me from life as a spiritual sheep. May I hear you through my own instincts and common sense. Yes, this fits in perfectly. So definitely, you are overstressed here, you're overworked, and you lack balance. And I feel like you know this, pile 1. I'm just giving you information you already know so well. However, you haven't acted on it. You haven't honored what you're feeling. You haven't honored yourself. You haven't been authentic. Authentic in terms of, I'm tired. I need to take rest. And I need to honor that part of me that is tired, that needs some time for itself. And you are somebody who is in a way limited with your energy. Even though I do believe in the concept of unlimited energy, but in our human experience, we need to replenish our energy regularly, because if we don't, our energy will simply pour from us into everything else without us even knowing where our energy is going. And you can feel so depleted with the way you're doing things now that it might take you a while before you reach back into the state to be able to do your work, to work on your goals, to work on your ambitions. And sometimes taking a bit of a rest can take us further. And I do feel it was the same thing on my creation channel in the pile that got Rajas. So in a sense, you believe that if you stop, you will lose something. You will not gain any money. You will potentially lose clients. You will not get certain opportunities. So you keep going. You keep forcing yourself to go, 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 move forward, move forward. But what I try to explain to the viewers on my creation channel, and what I'm trying to say here for you guys as well, is you don't have to do all you can in a certain situation. You need to do the best that you can. And sometimes the best that we can do is maybe 60-70% of the things that we actually can do. And the rest 40 or 30% is poor quality work. So even if we try our best, it might be 60%, but its results might be better and bigger than the results that we would get if we tried 100%, all that we can. So because the 30 or 40% is not actually quality work, it might not get you the results, or nor it will give back to you all that you put into it. And this is why I feel like it's very needed for you guys to understand that if you are well, if you have taken care of yourself, if you slept well, if you meditated, worked out, took a walk, if you ate right, if you had pleasant conversations, all of those things fill you up from inside, and then everything you give is so much more, it's of a much better quality. It's just something that people can feel and they can recognize that you have done that from a good space, instead of like giving in your last atom of energy, being so depleted and tired and maybe even stressed and resentful because of the situation. People can feel that. So in terms of thinking more is better, think of what's better in quality is actually better for me. And I feel like the higher self is trying to tell you that everything you need, you will be giving. You might even get more because you acted from a proper, balanced energy than you are getting now when you act from this imbalanced Rajas energy. So if you're in a field where it's very competitive and it's very hard for you to actually relax, there are still ways to do that without compromising your health here. Because think about it, if you keep pushing yourself like this, at some point you will break. Your health will deteriorate, and then you will have nothing left in that race. You will not have your place anymore. You wouldn't even be able to compete. So think of the long run, think of the long-term consequences, and see what changes can you make today so that you don't burn out. This is what your higher self is trying to tell you here. And with the awakening, I feel that your higher self is trying to make you aware of how your habits and how you're pushing yourself is something that will not give you long-lasting results. Yes, you may rise, you may progress in the short term, but it's not sustainable. And this is why I feel that you already feel that, but you're not listening to this. And your higher self is trying to get you to listen, to act accordingly to what you hear here, to what your instincts are saying. But let's clarify this with the tarot. How does your higher self see you, pile 1? We have the Two of Pentacles, yes. What else? The Ten of Pentacles, amazing. These two cards came out for the same group in the creation reading as well. Okay, 2 want to come out. We have 4 of Cups and the 8 of Wands. The Page of Wands and beautiful. And the Knight of Cups, beautiful. Very, very nice. So your higher self is telling you that you are basically risking your health for some material gain or for some fame, recognition, award, whatever. And you need to choose what's a priority for you. Because at the moment, I feel like you're not completely aware of what this energy can bring to your life. You are aware to some extent, but not fully. And I do feel that there are two paths you can choose from here. One will lead you downhill, and one will, in a sense, feel like you're stagnating, but you're actually going to go up. And you need to think this through, because I do feel that once you weigh out all of the pros and the cons of each approach to this energy, you will see that results will be long lasting, will be more stable, and will be more fruitful if you honor yourself, if you give yourself the needed rest. And when you do get rest finally, don't think about what you are losing, what you could have done in that period when you were resting. Think about how much energy, how much strength you will have to really move forward with this Eight of Wands. You will move so swiftly, much faster than you would if you didn't take the rest. So it is very important for you to weigh out what that does each of the path bring to you, and how can you use each path to get to your goal, and whether that goal is accessible if you keep going down that path. I do see it clearly that the higher self is telling you you need to slow down, and then when you take rest, when you rejuvenate, take all of that energy and just sprint forward. You will not be left behind. This is what the higher self is saying. But you need to, in a way, know that in order to be able to actually do that in the end. And with this Page of Wands, you don't have to worry that you will be lacking anything. If there are chances that you might miss during the rest period, don't be afraid, because other chances will show up. You will get the motivation and the inspiration to create new, abundant opportunities, because you have infinite abundance available for you, Pile One. You only need to see it that way and to believe that it is possible for you in order for you to take it. And with the Knight of Cups here, I feel that you need to find a way to enjoy this a bit more, because you have been so focused on your goals, on what you want to achieve, that you forgot to enjoy the path towards your goals. And you don't have to be in this this much stress here. This doesn't have to be so hard for you, Pile One. You can enjoy every step of the way and get to your goals. You don't have to choose one or the other. You can have it both at the same time. And this is what your higher self is trying to say, because they see you as somebody who is capable of enjoying the path towards the goal, as well as striving and reaching the goal. You don't have to choose either. You can have both. My dear Pile One, this was your reading. I hope this helped, and I hope it gave you a bit of guidance on what to do next with this situation, and I hope that I see you in the next reading. Bye. Hello, Pile 2. Welcome to your reading. You've chosen the clear quartz crystal, so this is your reading. You guys actually got 2 cards, and I decided to keep them both because I knew when they wanted to come out, they definitely have something to tell us. So the first card is Kapha, which is one of the 3 doshas. And we have the Parvati. She is a goddess. It's quite interesting because the Kapha dosha is actually dosha that pertains to the earth and the water element. So it's very grounding. It's very earthy. It's very heavy, rooted. And the Parvati is a goddess that fell in love with Shiva. But because Shiva was so into his yogic practice and discipline, she knew that she couldn't get to him unless she became his equal, in a sense, but not equal that she becomes the same as him. It's equal in terms of which kind of partner would be the ideal partner for him. So she started doing yoga so determined, so disciplined, that in the end Shiva felt her energy and they fell in love with each other. He fell in love with her strength and determination and devotion. So basically she became the person that is devoted, that is determined, and that is disciplined. And this is where I see Kapha dosha coming into the picture. And this is where I see that your higher self sees you. So there is something in your life that you are very depressed about, or you have totally given up on. So Kapha, when it's imbalanced, it can be very depressed. They can lack meaning. They can see everything very dark. And they can feel like they're stuck, that they cannot move anywhere. They don't have the necessary motivation to do anything. And in terms of Parvati, with her energy here, I feel like the discipline and devotion that she has is basically the thing that can get you, Pal, out of this Kapha imbalance here, so that you can find something to devote yourself to. Something that will get you out of the rut you've been stuck in for a while, and start to shift from this heavy energy into something more light. And what I also feel for you here, Pal, too, is that your higher self is trying to nudge you, trying to wake you up, because you kind of fell into apathy here. And Kapha dosha sometimes has a problem with discipline. They are very durable. They have great endurance, but they have problems with being disciplined. They would so much rather just stay in bed and keep on sleeping. They would just eat food all day. They will not move. They're like the couch potatoes, right? And I feel that for you guys, your higher self is telling you that you need to find some purpose. You need to dedicate yourself to something, and that will get you out of the rut. That will keep you motivated and inspired to keep doing something, to progress, because you have been stagnant for a while. But let's pull some other oracle cards to get a deeper message here. How does your higher self see you, Pal, too? What do we need to know? We have receive with love and appreciation. Gracious acceptance is a way to show love. Now that we're talking about love, Kapha people, so people who have Kapha dosha as their predominant dosha, are people who are so loving, so generous. They're just so cuddly. You can just be with them in their embrace all day. But we'll get to that later. How does your higher self see you? We have forgiveness. What else? Pile 2, how does your higher self see you? We have solitude. In silence, peace prevails. And one more. Love. I knew it. This was going to be the theme of your reading. Divine source is the idea that no person, place, or thing is your salvation, only love itself. So what I'm getting for a lot of you guys from pile 2 is that you may have had your heart broken, whether it was from a relationship that went south, or maybe you had a certain goal or aspiration that didn't follow through, or maybe you were disappointed in a person from your workplace, from your family, a friend. There is definitely something that made you really crawl into yourself, to shut down, to close your heart and stay in solitude. So to take time for yourself. And I feel that is usually a great recipe, because this is very much true. In silence, peace prevails. Where you remove all the outside distractions, you can actually find yourself being peaceful and being okay with yourself. However, your higher self is telling you that you have taken way too long here. You have shut yourself down. Instead of just recuperating and maybe picking up the pieces of the heart that was shattered, you decided to stay here for a very long time. And because you've closed your heart, because you haven't forgiven the people who hurt you, you are now unable to receive anything beautiful, anything meaningful in your life. And I do feel that you have been offered a lot of beautiful expressions of love. And I do feel like this is the theme of your reading. You are somebody who your higher self sees as capable of giving and receiving great love. But unfortunately, because your heart is now closed, that ability to receive and to give that love is not here at the moment. It's put on hold. And I do feel that your higher self is trying to tell you that you are the one who needs to open your heart, because you are the one that needs to receive. And in order to receive, you need to open yourself up. You need to open your hand out to receive. And with the opening of the hand, you are becoming vulnerable. Oh my God, my pronunciation. Vulnerable again. Okay? But there can't be acceptance of love without opening yourself to love. And every time we open ourselves to love, we basically risk being hurt. But that is a risk that is worth the result we might get. And this is where I see that maybe you need to see the beauty in opening your heart again. And Parvati is also a goddess of love, so it definitely fits in perfectly here. But let's take a few tarot cards to clarify this, to get a deeper message for you guys. How does your higher self see you? The Knight of Cups, the Knight of Swords. Interesting. We have the Three of Swords. We have the Six of Swords. Oh my. Beautiful. So we have the Hanged Man and we have the King of Cups. So what I see here is absolutely in line with what the Oracle cards gave us as your general message. So there was somebody who betrayed your trust, who hurt you, who hurt your feelings, and your heart was definitely broken. But in order for you to really get out of this situation, you need to put out your hand. You see how this perfectly fits with the metaphor I used earlier. So you need to do your side of the work. Everybody can can offer you a handshake, but you need to be the one to offer the hand as well. It's a two-sided connection. It's not a one-sided connection. And if you want to feel love again, you need to contribute. You need to be included. You need to give your part. And with the Knight of Swords, which is totally my card for striving forward with ambition and diligence, and really not quitting, looking your fear in the eye and going, I do feel like a bit of discipline and very strong-mindedness for you will be crucial here. You need to set your goal, and your goal might be, I want to have a happy relationship, and then strive towards that. Do whatever is necessary. Don't back down. And fight all of the thoughts that are causing you pain, because I do feel that your heart is broken, as I said in the beginning of the video. I do feel that you are heartbroken, that you are in a lot of pain. But with forgiveness, you're actually allowing yourself to feel better. And sometimes people take forgiveness as something that will justify everything that has happened and basically make people unaccountable for what they did. But that's not the case. How I look at forgiveness is allowing yourself to let go of the past to be able to move to a brighter future. Because the pain that you experience from a certain event that happened in the past was a one-time event, or maybe it happened 2 or 3 times, it doesn't matter, but it's in the past. The thing that still hurts you is your perception of what actually happened, how you felt betrayed, or I don't know, you felt rejected by that person. And this is what hurts you. Your own thoughts about the situation is what hurt you now. That's what hurts you now. And it's no longer that person's fault. They did what they did, but now your own thoughts are causing you harm. And this is why forgiveness is crucial. It's allowing yourself not to think those thoughts anymore, so that you don't harm yourself anymore, so that you can bring into your life something that is more pleasant. It will not justify anything that anybody did, but it will be an act of self-love to allow yourself to move on from that painful experience and live something more happier. And with the King of Cups here, for you, I feel that love is already waiting for you. There is somebody, a person, already ready to enter into your life, to love you, to give you everything you want and need from a partner. But you need to become, as from the beginning of the video, oh my God, I so love this. You need to become the person who can have that type of a partner. So when you're in this energy, in this apathy and depression, you are not in line with the version of yourself who can have a happy relationship. The two don't go together. I hope you see that. I hope you understand that. You need to become the person who actually has a happy relationship. So you need to nurture thoughts, emotions, and actions that are in line with that version of yourself. And I feel like this is why you need to come to this reading, so that your higher self could tell you that you need to stop and see things from another perspective with the Hangman here. Because what you are doing at the moment is not benefiting you. It's not taking you out of this situation. It's actually prolonging the state you are in. And there's something beautiful waiting to enter your life already, but you cannot receive it because your heart is closed. My dear pile 2, I really hope that your higher self's message will help you get out of this rough patch so that you can let love enter your life. Until next time, pile 2. Bye. Hello, pile 3. Welcome to your reading. You chose this beautiful amethyst crystal, and let's take a look which card you got. Brahma. Beautiful. So, Brahma is a god of creation. And I feel that your higher self sees you as somebody who has stopped your creative cycle. You have stopped expressing your creativity, and you have stopped creating beautiful things in your life. So if there is a project, a book, a song, a painting, or whatever you wanted to create at some point in your life, and then you stopped for whatever reason, I feel that your higher self sees you as somebody who needs to start that over again. There is a time for rest, there is a time for doing, and there is a time for nurturing what we have done. And I feel like your higher self is telling you it's time to plant your ideas into the physical world. It's time to start doing all the preparations to manifest, to bring into existence whatever idea or passion that you currently have. Because there is something you have been putting aside. You haven't had the time, or you haven't had the space to actually do something about your idea. But your higher self is definitely telling you the time is now. You need to start planting your ideas, working on your ideas. Because if you don't, you're basically in stagnation. And because you're in stagnation, you're basically stopping the flow of life. There is something that wants to be expressed through you. This is why you are getting these ideas, this motivation, some passions. So you get a lot of intuitive hits. Something wants to be expressed through you because you are the greatest God's creation, or better yet, God's greatest creation. You are God manifested into this particular aspect that wants to come to life through you. And you are a channel to something bigger than yourself. So there is this idea that is coming straight from the source, straight from God, and wants to manifest itself through you. But you need to allow it to do so. And I feel like you have been stagnant, and you have been either rejecting to do that for some reason. Maybe you are afraid of what that might mean, how people might react, or you have just been so busy with other things that you haven't had the time to really address this in a proper way. Whatever it is, your higher self is trying to tell you that you're somebody who is ready to embody this idea, to bring it to life and to offer it to other people. And they see you as somebody who is now prepared with everything that you need in order to do that. Such a beautiful message, pile 3. Let's take a few more oracle cards to see how does your higher self see you. We have be supportive. Make a genuine effort to show you care. Beautiful message. What else? Compassion. How does your higher self see you, pile 3? Okay, again, so today when I was filming this reading for my creation channel, at one point I turned the whole deck upside down and I kept pulling cards from it and they came out upside down. But I know that it had to be that way, and it happened to you as well. And the same card came out for one pile in my creation reading, so I know that this has to stay like this. So we have joy and delight. Open your heart to joy. I'm going to keep it in the reverse position because that's how it wanted to come out. And how does your higher self see you, pile 3? Detachment. With detachment, you finally feel whole inside, with or without the fulfillment of a particular desire. Ironically, that's often when it's fulfilled, exactly. That's the irony of life. When you don't need it anymore, there it comes banging on your door. Same goes for relationships, same goes for the money, same goes for whatever you can think of. That's the irony of life, but that's the magic of life as well. We can talk about that sometimes in maybe some other video. I don't think I'm going to get into this because it's quite a deep subject. But let's start with what we have here. So as I already said, you need to be supportive to the ideas that want to come through you, because now I'm definitely sure that most of you from pile 3 are actually rejecting to follow the inner nudge you're getting about this idea. There is something you are afraid of that might happen if you decide to put that idea into action. Maybe you fear that you will be mocked, laughed at. Maybe you feel like somebody will think of you badly, or maybe you fear that people will change, like their behavior might change towards you. And this is why you are not allowing the energy that wants to express itself through you to actually come to life. And I know you do care about this. I don't think that this is like a small thing, and I don't think that this is something that is very that is not very impactful. I feel like this is a pretty big deal. Whether you want to write a book or maybe shoot a video or whatever this pertains to, I definitely feel that you lack faith in how much beautiful things can happen for you from that experience. I feel like you only see the downsides. You don't see the upsides of this situation. And I do feel like you are afraid, guys. There is something that you possess, a talent or an ability that you feel might scare a lot of people, might be too intense, or maybe even it can scare you at times. And this is why you are not cooperating here with spirit. And your higher self is trying to tell you that you will have compassion. You don't have to worry so much about if something, you don't have to worry about if something bad happens, because if that happens, it didn't have any place in your life anymore. And you will be giving everything you need to be well in that situation. So if you lose some people from your life, it will be a sign that those people were never actually your people. They are not aligned with the person you will be becoming. And you will meet new people who will be aligned with that version of you. And you will get so much more understanding from people than you can now even imagine. And I feel like the problem is that your heart is closed here. You don't have that faith. You don't trust life. You don't trust God. You don't trust spirit with this. Actually, I do feel that you lack support. You feel like you are not supported. Even though your higher self is giving you all the necessary support, for some reason you feel like you lack support here. And this is why your heart is staying closed. This is why you cannot express it. And you are rejecting it in a way. But it is something very meaningful for you because of the detachment card. You really want this badly, like really badly. But unfortunately, you need to step out of your comfort zone. In order for you to have this, you need to detach from something that you are holding on to currently in order to get that. A very interesting, Pile 3. I would definitely like to know what this is about. So if you don't mind sharing, please let me know down in the comments. It does help my readings. It does help me with being more clear and concise when I do my readings. Let's clarify with the tarot here. How does your higher self see you? Okay, we got a lot of cards, but we're going to take just the ones that flipped over. So we have the Fool. Okay, there's 3. So we have the Fool, the 4 of Pentacles, and the Emperor, of course. Of course, that's the only logical thing to come out. I usually don't take this many jumpers, but I feel like for you guys, I need to do that today. So we have the Queen of Swords and the Justice. We have the Moon, yes. And we have the Page of Cups. So, like I said before, when you detach, when you don't need it anymore, it comes knocking on your door. I cannot believe it. So today there are so many synchronicities, especially in the reading I did for my creation channel. It was so mind-blowing how the cards perfectly fit each and every topic I was talking about. There was so much symbolism, so much meaning, so much depth into this reading that I just couldn't believe. And I adore the fact that it is happening here as well, because English is not my first language, and I definitely love when I can give you something that is more meaningful, more eloquent, and more with more depth here. So I really hope that this hits home after I explain it for you guys. So definitely your higher self sees you as somebody who needs to take that step, take that leap. Don't be afraid. You're somebody who has really dug themselves deep in your position and you don't want to move. You're afraid that you will lose something if you take that next step. And this is why I feel you have been stagnant for a while now. And you're very stubborn about this because you want to be sure, like 100% sure, that this will plan out for you and that this will succeed. But you cannot know that until you take that step. You cannot expect the computer to give you all the data it has before you enter the password. So you need to give something. You need to make the first move in order for you to see all the potential that is there, in order for you to unlock everything that is behind that password. And that password, you typing the password, is the next step. You need to take a leap of faith. The easiest way to say it. You need to take a leap of faith. Be like the Fool. Be a little foolish. Don't know what you're walking into, but just go. And I feel like this, I would never give you that advice, but for you guys in Pile 3 and this situation, I do feel like you are overly attached to something that makes you feel safe, secure, and grounded, and you feel like you need to have this going forward. But unfortunately for you guys, but not for you, not really, is where you are going, this heavy, stagnant energy will not be needed. It will be like a weight. It will weigh you down, and it will not allow you to reach the highest potential. And this is why you need to let go of this. And I do feel with the Queen of Swords and Justice here. So this is Justice in this deck. So some decks have the cards Strength and Justice reversed. Those are basically decks that are based more on Aleister Crowley's view of tarot. So you guys don't get confused why sometimes the number 8 is Strength and why sometimes it is Justice. So in this deck, Justice is number 8, Major Arcana 8. And I do feel like you need to weigh out here, like with the scales. And you see it's a heart here, and you have a problem with your heart, with you opening your heart and trusting. You see that the heart is measured with the feather. And in your sense, in your situation here, this to me says that when you do things from your heart, you feel lightness, you feel easiness, you're relaxed. You are not meant to be in this heavy energy here. You are not meant to push and pull. You are meant to ease into it and feel it and just devour that feeling of it's so easy. It feels so good, because I do feel like this concept might be a new thing for you, and this is why you are so afraid of it. You're afraid to let go into it. But as always, when we detach, everything happens for us. I don't know if I ever told the story about how I manifested my partner. So relationships were always my biggest topic, and I thought that I would never be able to really get to the bottom of why I have certain types of relationships and why I cannot find a proper partner for me. And then luckily, everything in my life led me to everything I needed to really resolve that topic. And this is why I'm now, in a way, an expert on relationships, and why I work with clients mostly regarding relationships, but I do other topics as well. But relationships are, in a way, my specialty. So I was doing a lot of things. And the thing that actually helped me, besides the techniques like matrix reimprinting, EFT, constellations, or reprogramming from NLP. So those techniques were absolutely amazing, and I would definitely recommend. You need to go look at your shadow, heal it in order to go somewhere. But after you've done that, you need to get yourself into a state of mind where you are the kind of person, the version of yourself who actually has that what you want. And when I was thinking about how I would feel if I had my perfect partner for me beside me, how would we meet? I actually made myself an affirmation video, which later became a video on my creation channel, which has helped a lot of people actually manifest love. I started with the feeling it needs to be easy. It doesn't have to be hard. It's been hard up till now, so it has to be easy. And then it occurred to me, why would I have to manifest him? He's already manifesting me. I don't have to do anything. I only need to feel good, because I would feel good with him with me. So I really don't have to do anything, because he is manifesting me. He's the one that cannot wait to get into my life. He's the one that is so eager to meet me. He's the one who's making plans, how to call me, how to ask me out. And I put all of the burden, all of the heaviness of trying to manifest a partner on him, on the person that is my future partner. I didn't actually put it on him. It was just an energy shift when I realized I don't have to do anything. He's doing all the work. I only need to feel good so that he can recognize me as his partner. And it worked My God, pile 3, it worked like a charm. And I promised, I mentioned this in some video, I know, because I promised to make that video for you guys in English as well at some point, because I do feel it works like magic. But the point of the story is, it sets you, the affirmations that I did basically gives you detachment. It gives you a free pass to not do anything, not to have to work so hard, not to be so eager to get it, to strive towards it. You can just relax. It's coming to you. You don't have to do anything. It's on its way to you. And it's such a relief, pile 3. And this is what I feel that you need here, because you are in your fears. You are so deeply in your fears that your heart cannot open. And if you apply this principle of detachment, of I don't have to do anything to get it, I need to feel like I already have it, like it's already mine. And that will be everything I need to do. It will be enough. And before you even turn around, you will have that person knocking on your door. You will have that opportunity waiting for you. You will have that job. And everything, whatever this pertains to, you will get it. So my dear pile 3, I feel this message is such a special message for you. Learn to detach from what is actually keeping you stuck here and witness a miracle. I hope this helped, pile 3. I feel like this group was basically my favorite in this reading, but don't tell the other two. This is our little secret. And I hope that this will help you to really step into that version of yourself and really embody whatever wants to come through you into our physical world. Until next time, pile 3.